I don't want to be a stickler and tell you what you can and what you can't do. Because if you feel like you want to do it, you're grown. But you're not gonna be doing it here.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, this is men talk. Let's just be real. This is men talk. Heavy. And we focusing too much on what they want, what their expectation, what their standard is. We need to focus more on how we can get out of this psyche of why we are not enough and just be enough to yourself. When you wake up in that mirror, I'm enough. I don't care what social media say. I don't care what Facebook, and I don't give a damn what celebrities say. I'm enough, and walk into yourself. You don't have to prove, and you don't have to worry about somebody else's expectations, because everybody's expectations are flawed. Worry about what your expectation is to yourself, and stop trying to appease what everybody wants you to appease and validate. That's the baddest part about us.
And I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
Men and our mental and our exit rate,
yes, sir,
is too high. Man. Because we was talking about this before. We don't reach back and try to teach the young boys. We too busy trying to criticize the young boys instead of giving them the game and the knowledge that we didn't even get. And the thing is, when we get that knowledge, we try to put it in a box and keep it for ourselves and focus on us, and let's just keep that, versus how the young men, Black Wall Street, 1921, they passed it from house to house to person to where we can build together. What I said before. We don't building care,
up, Doug. The action of building each other up is lost as a whole.
Yes, you also said a good foundation too, though. That's huge, and that's what we're missing as a whole and as a society. No matter what color we are, everybody is so into self. The multi-family unit. We was talking about this the other day. That's gone except for one race, and I ain't gonna bring it up because our boy ain't here. I wish Ed could speak on it.
That's right.
Real shit, but that's a needed thing, because that's why poverty is so fucked up and inflation is getting us how it's getting us. Because if it was so together, they couldn't fuck with us.
You better come with $1 million.
It don't matter what race it is. If you got a family together and y'all just eating and grinding together, y'all gonna be good. In that sense, has been gone.
Right there.
Has that been in anybody's expectations?
Eating together, Doug. Breaking bread together.
And having a foundation.
Breaking bread with each other.
That's the last.
That's more important and a foundational thing right there, bro.
Yeah, man. Because that gets people out of ruts. Yeah. When you got a group and y'all all working together. Okay, yeah, we got this pot and Cuzzo down. Let me get him right. All right, we straight now. Let's go buy a little rental property. We can split the family in half now and be here and there. Or let's just rent this shit out and we got some extra money coming in.
That's fact.
You know, that ain't an expectation. Well, that ain't nothing. Is that ever on the list?
It is, but isn't that the thing too? When does it become a personal responsibility to? Because it's not. I don't want to get into this idea that it's wrong for a woman or a man to have high expectations. Right. It's about having the right expectations, and it at some point in time it becomes your responsibility to find that woman with the right expectations.
But be your expectations.
I mean, and they can. I mean, when do we say? Yeah, when do? How come? Why do they have these high expectations? And could we have done something to kind of curb that as society?
No, we couldn't. Well, I mean, in all honesty, we couldn't, because fact of the matter is that's a group thinking gender, and I'm not trying to make it gender versus gender. In all actuality, we are here to solve problems, fix, build, pass knowledge, and just be a man's man. It's too many of these boys. Yeah, you know, women focus on the exterior, the clothes, the jewelry, you know, nice the car. Too, but whose car? Who name is that car in? Who bought that outfit that you got?
Put you in a position to get it.
Hold on, I can't never go to your house, but you can come to my house. Now you make that yo man. Like y'all pick everybody y'all sleep with, and then y'all complain about all men, when in all actuality, it's that little small dude that you pick from. You got over 200, 300,000, 2,000 people that's on your bumper every day. You pick what you decide to lay with, what you decide to let come out of you, and that's just what life is. I'm not saying that women are a problem. No. But we are the problem trying to fix something that they don't even know what is reality. You ain't seen no daddy. You ain't seen no man. but you sure do know what a man is, don't you? But
I see what you're saying.
You got all these baby daddies. Which one of them was a man? Why are you just keep allowing people to come visit friend zone?
Yeah.
And keep letting something else into this world.
So basically, where the expectations coming from is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
La Land.
I learned from my fifth baby. I learned from my fifth baby daddy.
They learned from Instagram.
And let me say this. Paying in your boy. I'm gonna talk to the men and I'm gonna talk to the women. The next generation. This the deal. Young men, we wrestle with unworthiness. In our mind, we done been through struggles. We done been through hell. We got to go through this workplace. We got to appeal to these people who got the power, the elitists, whatever, i.e., whatever you see the situation is, we got to set our minds to be in a position to make these people comfortable. And when we go home, we want peace. I don't care if we play the game. I don't care if we watch a movie. If we cutting that grass, we fixing that car, we getting that oil changed. Shouty, bring us peace. That's all we want. The men back in the days, see, they had that position where y'all felt like, y'all felt like, women didn't have jobs. They couldn't do this. They couldn't do that. I understand. But at the same time, we all got rights. But we live in the days where the cost of living is high. And the price of peace is even higher.
Right, listen.
Because we got, hold on, let me finish. We go into this world and we put our whole heart in it. And we try to do things the right way. And we go home and we can't even get peace. All we asking for is you to see our heart. Because most men, we don't get with women for their aesthetics. We might like your body. We might think you cute and all of that. But we want to see where we could take this thing. And we mean it. We don't love with the conditions on what you could do for us. In most cases, when you get with a woman, They like the aesthetics. They like how you look. They like your smile. They like your swag. But if you don't fit their criteria,
can we be honest?
You're not good enough. Go ahead, my brother.
Can you be honest?
Go ahead, my brother.
High expectation and standards is a dollar sign.
Hold on. Let me chime in real quick.
Yeah,
right? You want to talk about let's get to like a solution instead of just bitching, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's be men. Let's solve some shit, right? Okay, so the problem is, and this is my opinion, it's us men, right? We'd rather sit on Sundays watching a football game instead of taking our ass to church and finding out about God, right? You talked about it earlier, right? God, man, woman, the hierarchy. Men aren't leading anymore. Men have chose to step aside.
No.
To let no. Hold on.
Boys.
And the how many of you all, right, base your life upon principles of God? Like we were talking about this earlier, right? Okay? So I think the problem with this generation, a lot of other generations, is it lacks God. It lacks those principles. Like you look in the Bible, right? You talk about old school cats, right? Solid, hard-ass men, right? And I've heard it a billion times on different social media. Is like hard times create good men. Good men create soft times. Soft times create weak men. Weak men create hard times, and the cycle perpetuates. It's because men are not stepping up like they traditionally would. And it goes back to what you were talking about earlier, Mr. Davis, is like taking those youngsters and teaching them what you're taught, but not just a skill and a trade, a set of morals, a set of values, a set of principles, right?
That's right.
I was a street dude, right? I learned street values, street morals, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like, as I'm trying to change my life, right? I'm having to learn a whole new set of values and morals and redirect my compass, right?
I can tell you what can fix this. Go ahead.
Oh, no. If you have my answer, please give it to me.
Answer.
Let's go.
Listen, this era is washed. The men that are raising girls and are raising young boys, let's continue to raise them into women and young men. This generation is washed.
You're going to go down a rabbit hole now, though.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the thing is, bro, I'm tired of trying to prove myself to somebody who don't even know who they is. So I put all of my energy, effort into teaching my kids. All of my boys, I'm bringing them in, just like my girls and my nieces and my nephews. We have to stop focusing on this box of how can we and focus on the little ones that we have bringing up. They used to say the children are our future, but we still focusing on grown ass kids. Just focus on them little ones that's in that house. If you don't like something, teach them what that is that you don't like, and stop going back and forth, because the thing is, bro, we are all too emotional. Oh man, how we go out just to be seen and spotted and talked to other women. But we don't go out with the right expectations as well. So I have got so tired of trying to prove myself. Oh yeah, I'm a hard working man and I'm gonna do everything I can for my man. Listen, we don't take enough time for our goddamn self. We sit up here and try to take everybody else's weight on, and we never just step back. It's 7 days in a week, bro. It's 7 days. We don't take one for ourselves because we too busy trying to keep our family together, keep our mental together. Bro, men cry in the shower.
Oh yeah.
We don't cry in front of everybody because we gotta stay strong for everybody.
But if you do, and you do it in front of a woman, she loses respect for you, but she wants a sensitive, vulnerable type guy.
And that's the thing.
What Maury said, that was a lie.
But you want a masculine man, right? And you get him, right? But the moment he shows you that softer side, they start to lose respect immediately, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like,
damn if you don't, damn if you do.
But it goes back to like what you said earlier, right? There's 7 days in a week, and we don't rest for one.
God,
why don't you bring God back to it?
He did.
Yeah,
but we don't.
But so I'm saying, like, that's what it's lacking. Is like if you start going your life, right, and that's something I've started, right, that I'm trying to do in my life, right, on this walk that I'm trying to do, and it's changing my views and my perceptions. Like, I need God. I need real principles. I need real truth, right? I don't give a shit to prove anything to any of you all, any funky ass female, right? I'm just trying to get, right? And you said it earlier, like, we feel unworthy, right? Check it out. Something I've learned from reading this book called the Bible, we're all worthy.
Talk that talk.
Yeah. Okay. So now if you take that back and you start teaching your youngsters, your babies you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Start teaching them and building them and guiding them those principles like Jake does with his kids, right? Like, that's where it begins, right? And that's what I'm saying, like, and I'm not trying to make this some religious bullshit, but like, you want to get to the serious issue of it. You look over the years how things have gotten traditionally worse, right? Is God has been removed regularly. Like, you remember saying the Pledge of Allegiance in school?
Yep, that's canceled.
It's canceled.
Can I say something?
No
Go ahead,
in schools.
Can I say something? So I don't know how we got on God, but
Me.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Everybody can't relate to that, and I'm super Christian. I'm all the way there on that. My mom is all the way in the church, but everybody cannot relate to that. And what's the name of this fucking show? Men Talk.
Yeah.
When's the last time one of your homies asked you, "Is you good? Are you okay?" When's the last time yours? I'm just saying that's not in every circle. I'm in a group
of men that are based in God.
I get that, but I'm not saying, and I know you want to defend it, but not everybody can relate to that. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Let me continue. You answered it.
Go ahead.
You answered it, but I'm just continuing.
Go ahead, bro.
So I'm saying you have to, as a man, you can't always throw what you have going on, because I don't want to throw that on you. And I'm telling you, I'm Christian as they fucking come. I throw it on my own brother, but I'm telling you, don't throw it on other people.
Yeah.
Throw it on let me continue. Throw it on your immediate circle, and that's okay. But you got to find other avenues and ways. And if you can sprinkle it in there. If you can, hey, what do you think about? And just come, and if it draws you to it, because that's, as a Christian, I believe. I don't know, I'm not super, whatever, but I believe you're not supposed to throw your judgment, whatever. And sometimes that you need God and whatever, that's still passing judgment.
Yeah.
But I'm still finishing my little, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But that's how it's supposed to be. So it's like, you just got to find a way as a man. Are you good physically, mentally, spiritually? Your little people even. Just ask them and talk to them about your mental health and how are you doing. What do you like? What do you love? Are you good? What can I teach you? Okay. What you do some shit I don't even know about, but I'm about to go learn it because you love it, and we can do that together. That shit means so much to these kids, and that'll make their world. Versus, hey, God, I I grew up in that world, and it was just so.
Hey, let me say this, man.
Hold on. I want to clear something real quick. Okay. I wasn't like trying to jam.
I know, but
I was being very clear when I said my opinion of what I see is wrong.
No,
what I'm doing for me.
I get you.
Right? So understand, like, I'm not trying to say what everyone else needs to do or should do. I'm telling you, like, what
you said that's what's missing.
But
that's what is. From my opinion, that's most boys miss the you stronger than yesterday. Keep going. You stronger than yesterday. Keep going. Because you don't know what day is the day that you won't even see them no more. Because nobody asked.
Right.
Are you okay? I get what you were saying. Are you okay? How you doing? Because we too strong and we got to be this for culture. Just reach back. The biggest smiles are the ones that's hurt the most. And people go and don't pay attention to none of that.
Right.
Because men, we have to look a certain way. And I'm tired of trying to appease everybody else in this world's expectations when guess who's going to be in that box alone? Just you. And their expectations will be right on the outside of it. So instead of keep focusing on what they want and what they think and what they have and what somebody should be doing, look at yourself in the mirror. Hey, Man in the Mirror, that's one of my favorite songs. Period. Because when you wake up, that's one person that you can never lie to. Is that man right there. So start from there. Your biggest truths, your biggest lies, your biggest secrets, bro, start right there before you walk out of that house. We don't release because we have no release. Women used to be there for us. This is a different era. Fact. We looking for the same thing that they looking for back in the day, but most of us didn't come up with mother and father in the household. So how can you expect woman and father behavior coming from single? Now you're molding and blending these mixed emotions and feelings into what you expect. But your expectation came off of social media and a TV when you don't even have the same thing. How many people you married and you married? Y'all been married for how long?
Hey, let me say this real quick. Not, forgive me, but look, this is what we got to do, man, as men and women. The conclusion of the matter is we all need to have accountability. See, when you have accountability of yourself, then you work on yourself. You know what they say, you're not good for nobody until you're good for yourself. See, most people, they're going by social media, the algorithms and everything, i.e., et cetera, but nobody is really examining themselves. Like the reason why we self-conscious is because the things we know we don't want nobody else to tell, but yet we won't do nothing about it, and yet we still blaming the world. God put it inside of every man, woman, and child what we need. Everybody has a different task, and it all works together. Like I said earlier, we are all puzzle pieces. The significance with a puzzle piece is got its own shape, its own color, its own size, yet it belongs, but it belongs where it belongs. You can't take a piece of grass and put it on the mountains. You can't take the sky and put it on a building. Every piece belongs where it belongs, and what the problem is we're trying to, like he said earlier, we're trying to appeal to everybody else instead of being accountable for the puzzle piece we are. Examine yourself. Know that God is the truth and every man is a liar. Because we liars because we don't examine ourselves and we trying to appeal to somebody else because we want them to like us, accept us. We want to entertain them. But in reality is once we learn to be ourselves, then we will be good for somebody else. Whether it be our children, our wives, our mates. And this goes for women and men. I don't want it to make it one-sided. This is men talk, but men, one thing we have is, in most cases, men are logical and women's off of their feelings. But it's supposed to be okay if you are wearing the shoes where it fit. When a woman trying to be masculine, out of order. When a man trying to be feminine, out of order. It should be okay for a man to be masculine without it being toxic. It should be okay with a woman being feminine without her being a feminist.
Oh, and that's the whole thing. We still focusing on the words of things.
Right.
Damn TikTok words. I'd like to go back to what you're saying.
We got two married. Go ahead. I got you.
Because I love the idealism you're coming with to forget their expectations, man.
Right.
And work on yourself and look in your mirror. Make sure you're okay. I think that is one of the most important thing you can do before jumping into a relationship.
That's fact.
And that is so great teaching your and when you're mentioning the small ones, like I am, that's exactly how I want to bring my boys up, is to be make sure every piece of you is perfect. Make sure you are bettering yourself before you even venture out. Because the only question I have with you, with that teaching, is how important it is to you to teach to also not to lose yourself. Because we're talking about these women with negative expectations, obviously. We're going around the dollar signs, all like that. But I also want to make sure my boys know there are women out there that are fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
That will build you up. And so, the
thing, I just want to ping off of that.
Yeah,
just because, you got boys.
Yes.
You are teaching them what a woman is by how you appreciate the wife that's in your house.
They got to see it.
Wake up, all that argument,
Bingo.
you don't show that in front of them boys. You teaching them what a man is, and your wife and your woman is teaching them what a woman is. So as we leave this house, we don't see OnlyFans. That ain't what moms do. No. We don't see no stripper. That ain't what moms do. Hey, listen, let me open this door because that's what daddy do. That's what we do. Bring in the groceries, cut the grass. Daddy is showing us how to be a man, and he's showing us how to look for a woman.
Yeah, we gotta find this line between you do not have to accept every expectations, but there are expectations that you can meet for a good woman.
Yes, you can.
Good woman, emphasis on
go for yourself.
Huge emphasis on
good woman. And you will
woman.
get listen, if you want the woman you want, you know what your expectation as a man is. If you want the woman that you want, build yourself to what you think that woman would want in a man. And then guess what's gonna come? What you asked for. We're too busy trying to umbrella this whole thing.
That high expectations goes both ways. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, it's great to ignore those high expectations that are insane. Like that are just.
But also know your level.
But at the same time,
you can't be a 3 and be like, oh well, I got a job and I do this, but I want to.
That goes for that's a real sensitive subject with women too. You got these fucking Jabba the Hutts coming through the club acting.
I deserve.
Bullshit.
Why? Because you make
100,000, so you deserve.
The pinnacle of nutrition. I get that, but like I also. You can't. You don't deserve that person who's getting up 5:30 every morning running.
Hey, listen. Just like it's tax brackets, it's men brackets, it's women bracket. Stay in your bracket. Stop trying to jump. Listen, a millionaire will sleep with a 12 to 3 any day.
Will somebody will work at McDonald's?
Will he keep her?
We don't care.
Hell no.
You know what he after.
Now, to a degree, though, men's
expectations
be so different.
This
a man can bring a woman from McDonald's.
A man can bring a woman up, but a woman would not bring a man up.
They will, but it'll be looked at differently. A man brings up a woman, that's what he's supposed to do.
But a woman brings a man's up?
A man, he's a bum, she's a trick, she's all this and that. Yeah. And sometimes people are in different positions. I'm not speaking from experience, but I'm just saying. So
that's what I was wanting to touch on earlier a little bit was about men's responsibility in this whole situation, which I think is important to. And I know that big emphasis on bringing the young ones up. And if we bring the young ones up, like you're saying, then what I'm about to say isn't a problem. But I don't want to just completely forget about a man who's single today and because there's also those men who you talked about a generation being lost. And I agree with that as well. But again, it's not every single person.
Not at
all. How do you keep yourself? So now here I am, a man who's trying to navigate through this and all these terrible expectations. So a good idea is to shut off for a little while and say, forget all this. I need to work with myself.
That's your day.
What is the best way to not completely lose yourself in that, though, so you're not skipping over the right one?
Let me give him this. That's a genuine question. The thing is, the reason you ain't gonna skip over what's yours because you might find that what's yours at one of them hobbies that you taking your day for. So why focus on what's supposed to come to me and it's just gonna come? Focus on self. Build you. Build mind. Build body, build career, build substance. Be a man, bro. Stop trying to be something these women think and project on us as what a man is, because how do they know? What's your daddy name?
Bingo.
I'm gonna just let that go.
That's right. Let me say this. Let me say this, right? This is the deal, right? The scriptures say, how can two walk together except they agree, right? So this is the deal. In a relationship, you gotta have a conversation. See, most people avoid the conversation. They walking on eggshells. Well, you rationalizing within yourself. Like, if I say this, she gonna get offended. If I say that, she might not accept this.
Hell
and she
no.
doing. Hold on. No. But as a man, hold on. Yeah, but you speaking for self. I'm talking generally in a relationship or a marriage. You want it to work, so you look for the common ground. So in most cases, the women is walking on eggshells because she knows that you're a man, so the masculinity gonna come out, and she don't want to be defeated, but she do got her ideas, and the man got his ideas on how things should be, and they're not coexisting because we both have been affected by the same world. Instead of sitting down and being mature and getting out of our feelings and having a logical conversation about, you know what, baby, what's up? What you need? What you need out of this situation? You can say that's a simple whatever, but this is a man who wants his relationship and got kids. And then you got a woman who could be like, King, what do you need? And then y'all both can say what y'all need and y'all accept it. That's the problem. People don't accept it. They don't have a conversation and accept what's being told to them.
They don't have to.
They listen. They listen to respond, not to hear. But if we could truly hear each other, I could give her what she needs. She could give me what I need, and then we could at least be cordial and live on common ground. We never gonna agree because she feminine or masculine.
This is what I'm saying. They sacrifice love for happiness. Their main goal is happiness.
That's right.
We don't give a fuck about love no more.
Yeah.
But my men, we should be, and they won't, and they should, and I don't give a fuck what you want. Mm-hmm. Listen, because at the end of the day, what I want is gonna come straight to me.
But let me ask you this, bro. Women, they might think problematic, but a logical man think solution based, right or wrong?
Dude, you work on yourself.
So in thinking solution based, then we could go back, we could go tit for tat back and forth, or we could have a conversation. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I don't want no conversation. I'd rather have a conversation with that heartbroken 15-year-old that got his feelings crushed by a girl who dated a senior just because he's the star of the football team. Yeah, you got your feelings hurt, but guess what he have that you don't have? Focus, drive, dedication. Guess what you can do? Focus, drive, dedicate. Right. Go build yourself past what her expectation is, and guess what? Later on, your prize will come to you. We as a culture are too busy trying to search for what we want.
Right.
You don't have to search for it.
Let me ask you this. Okay, that's right. Giving you young, right?
Exactly.
But check this out. What if you already married and got children, and you hold on, let me finish. And you feel your relationship going down the hill, and y'all both actually want the relationship, but y'all both missing it.
Okay.
Now what?
Okay. Bet. Guess what? Take how many years we talking about? 5, 10?
At least 10.
Okay, we at least 10. We've been doing the same shit for the last 10 years. Let's switch some shit up, because you know why it's failing? Because we don't fucking talk to each other enough.
That's what I said.
Hold on. We argue and complain to each other enough, but we never ask. We don't pay attention to, you know what? She been watching this shit.
We agree, bro. We agree.
Hold on. She been watching this shit. Maybe she want to go do this. Let me. Hey, babe, we got plans next weekend. What we doing? I got it. Don't worry about it. Have you ever asked?
But she need to trust that.
I don't give a fuck if she trusts it or not.
No.
Fuck
no. If you've been together that long and it ain't no trust, honestly, it goes back to the last thing.
Right.
Let me just say this.
I agree.
Any relationship where you've been with somebody and you asking these fucking questions is not a real relationship. I don't care.
Because y'all both should know.
Yeah. It's a situationship, because honestly, you should know the person that you with.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
Me being my age, whatever, I've been in a real relationship. I've experienced real love. I've done all these things to know what it really feel like versus these feelings that people are searching for. So okay, I'm going to stick with this person for whatever. If you've been around this person for years and it ain't going how it's supposed to go, it's not what's for you. You've been wasting up this damn space for the person that's for you, and going to the sitting out and whatever. You're supposed to do that, because ultimately the going out and searching, them ain't even the shits that you into. You just doing stuff to be doing shit. Sitting down, you're gonna do the stuff that you like, and I just ran into this amazing woman at Home Depot. I'm head over heels for it, because I'm a fucking contractor. Literally.
I had a person at work.
Sit your ass down. Stop. If you sitting around with the 10-year whatever, or the 5-year, and she's still and he's still, y'all some fucking kids trying to play whatever, and that's just what it is. That's playing house, just fucking and calling it what you want to call it, because that's all y'all is some fucking sleep whatever. Ain't neither one of y'all helpmate. Ain't neither one of y'all providing, protecting, and really doing all lot of shit for each other because you don't fuck with that person like you supposed to.
Let me ask
and
you
that's just what it is.
Have you ever just asked what a woman expectation is? Because I'm gonna tell you, this is the reason that I asked this, so I'm gonna let y'all flow with it. You ever ask a woman what her expectation is? You turn around and look in the mirror. Are you that expectation? Let me not even fucking waste time, because your expectation exceed where I am in life. I'm not saying I won't beat that expectation, but about the time I get to the expectation, you ain't even on my radar.
Hey, but can I be fair? Your expectation exceeds her too. Cause we all had a perfect idea. We all had an idea of the perfect person.
Some